Hello and welcome to Complete German, a course we're very excited about releasing. If you're not familiar with the language transfer courses, this will surely be a new way of learning and at the same time an extremely natural way that will hopefully make you question how you've been learning until now and the relationship we were made to have with learning in most of our industrialized education systems. During the course, we will learn a great amount of German and a great amount about language generally. We will become our own teachers and analytical linguists that enjoy language in a different way in everyday life. The course will be recorded with various volunteer students. The recordings represent then a real life learning experience which has been edited for your use. During the course, I'll explain something about German and how it works, and then I'll ask you to build a sentence from what I've explained. It's extremely important that you pause, relax, take your time to think through your answer and to say it out loud. You may feel a voice inside, an impulse pushing you to spit your answer out quickly, and this is probably left over from school. Quiet that voice, ignore it. Take control of your learning process. Think slowly in your own time. Enjoy the thinking process. Don't guess. The process of thinking out that sentence and not the sentence itself is the most important element of what we will do together. It will be the thinking process that will install German in your mind. In short, with the thinking method, we will think slowly to learn quickly. Once you say your answer out loud, you can unpause and listen to what the volunteer student has said. Don't try to actively memorize any of the information or any of the answer sentences. Of course, you need to remember what we learn, but not through memorization. Memorization is the most inefficient way of remembering. Just relax, listen, and make sure you understand the explanations that I'm giving about the language, and that's all you need to worry about. Don't worry if you forget some words. Some you will forget, and that's normal. Many tips are built in throughout the course on how to find what you think you may have forgotten. Take these paths in your own mind, at your own pace, never rushing yourself, always giving yourself the time you need to think things through at your own comfortable pace. Don't write anything. I know this is tempting, but the structure we create is not very easy to reproduce on paper. You will find it very unhelpful in this learning journey if you write. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be reading or writing German elsewhere. It just means during our learning time together, we only want to use our thinking processes without external tools. We want to do the mental work to carry German around with us in our minds, not on a piece of paper. It's important that the course isn't something that you have there in the background and it's something that you actively engage with, that you do it at a time where you have energy for concentration and the calmness to engage in the course relaxed at your own pace. Do as much as you feel excited about doing, then take a break. Don't force yourself, don't push yourself. The tired mind makes many careless mistakes and shortcuts. If you feel yourself drifting away, that's okay, take a break and come back later. The most important thing I can tell you is not to just listen and follow the audio. If you do that, you will feel like you're learning because you will be understanding what's happening, but you will not be having your own learning experience. You will only be witnessing somebody else's learning experience. It's extremely important that you pause, take your time to think your answer through, say it out loud, and then resume the audio. In this way, you are sure to be having your own learning experience. If it's been a while since you've engaged in active learning, you will notice your concentration span increase very rapidly. Don't worry if you can't handle so much at the beginning. Just 10 minutes a day or every couple of days is a great way to start. It's much better to do 10 or 20 minutes a day than 3 hours on a Saturday, for example. You don't even have to worry about memorizing this advice because it will be revisited constantly during our learning experience together. The course presumes no previous knowledge of German, so it's perfect for beginners and will surely be very useful as well to more advanced students of German that want a different way of looking at and understanding the language. Whenever I speak about the language transfer project, I say we, even though there is no organization behind language transfer or no fixed team. Language transfer is more like a personal activist project, but through which a spontaneous and fluid, forever changing organization has arisen from the body of users, allowing language transfer to do and become so much more than what was first envisioned. This course is completely free, not because you shouldn't be spending your money on language learning, but in case you can't. I don't want to restrict access to these courses with money. That being said, language transfer runs entirely on the collaborations of users, both with occasional volunteer work, such as course proofing, and with donations which allow me to work on the project. This gives me time to decipher new languages, create course material in those languages, test them in open public workshops, and when I feel that the course has been perfected, record it with a volunteer student, coordinate the efforts of the collaborators, such as the native speakers that proof the audios, edit, and then disseminate the course. Your donations buy me time to do this and to sustain the website and other costs of the project. You can support language transfer whilst voting for the next course to be created with the thinking method. Please check out the Patreon crowdfunding campaign. That's Patreon, patreon.com/language transfer. There you can check out the different milestones for the campaign and the work that can get done with those milestones. And also options to donate on the website www.languagetransfer.org. A very exciting detail about the new campaigns is that users vote for the next language to be dissected with the thinking method. What this means is that we've entered a new phase of the project where I'm creating courses in languages that I don't necessarily speak. Maybe one of the most interesting details about the project. This opens the panorama of possibilities for language transfer. It's a very exciting time. Language transfer is also so exciting, not least because it's unsponsored, independent, and a product of the collaborations and involvement and passion of its users. Thank you for joining us, and let's begin Complete German.